Look, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, and all the peoples in the earth will mourn because of him. So shall it be. Amen. So, a lot of people have asked me, well, so is there truly a second coming of Jesus Christ on the earth plane, or is it just in the clouds? And I can say it says it three different ways in the Bible from what I've found. It says that he's going to come in the clouds. It also says that he will appear as the morning star, and the morning star in the Bible is Jupiter. Others say it's Saturn, but in the Bible, it's considered Jupiter. Just like when the three wise men saw a similar, well, it was a different pattern in the heavens when Jesus was born, but they were always watching the king planet, Jupiter. But there's other accounts in the Bible that talk about him coming in the earth plane. And I
Can
hope
we
you,
can we go with the? He's
yeah,
coming with the clouds. Okay.
yeah.
He's coming with the clouds is 240. Melania on inauguration day walked down the street with a screaming 60 style cut Tiffany blue coat because Junior wore a Tiffany blue coat back in the 60s on his dad's funeral when he was 3 years old. It was his third birthday. Tiffany blue coat and gloves, if you use the ensign, is 240. He's coming with the clouds, 240. George H.W. Bush took out $240 billion worth of bonds on 9/11, 1991, the day he gave the Nazi World Order speech. And he had that laugh on his face where, oh, we're going to win. I wanted to jump through the TV and rip his head off. So anyway, the full reduction is 105. That's tax day. That's the day they use their magic wand. Magic wand 75, tax day 75. And Trump came out on 10/5/17 and said, maybe what you're looking at is the calm before the storm. 10/5 is 105. 17, well, that's 122, the day of Junior's plane crash. 7/16/99 is 122. And in reverse ordinal, it comes to 354, and 35 times 4 is 140, which is POTUS yes. And then in reverse full reduction is 111, which is Father, Son, Holy Ghost, or the start, or vaccination. And on 9/11, there's 111 days left to go in the year. So he's coming in the clouds, 240, Tiffany blue coat and gloves, 240, and then the $240 billion of the bonds that Operation El Dorado was looking into, and they got moved to the only side of the Pentagon that ever got reinforced, and then they were gone. Just like the Marsh McLennan employees on the 104th floor meeting at 8:30 in the morning, and they were gone because the point of impact was the Marsh McLennan computer server room and Euro Brokers computer server room in Tower 2, where the $240 billion of the bonds were sold. And of course, the paper records were in Building 7, and it just went poof out of nowhere. So carry on.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm posting another version of the Gemini because remember, multiple meanings exist. So, another very fascinating thing is that Trump on November 26th, 2013, now people tend to tweet on special occasions. And I don't know if you want to talk about this occasion, negative, or if you want me to keep it quiet. But November 26th would have been a 50-year delta, 4 days after JFK Sr.'s um, so-called assassination.
Yes. Um, I sent Trump through Hollywood, an administrator on this account that I don't think she's on tonight. And I had her send it because she had a bigger account, more people on Twitter. And I sent him the book I have that says 4 Dark Days in History. And 4 Dark Days in History, 4 dark days comes to 143, ground zero, 143. And that's the sign on the wall next to the RV in Tennessee. It said 341W. W is 23, which is I am. And ground zero is 143 because we're told to think mirror, go backwards. And um, 4 dark days would have been from 1122 to 1126. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so I always hear theories, Scott, but then I have to confirm Well, what comms did we get to verify that theory? And I thought it was fascinating that Trump tweeted on November 26, 2013, again, a 50-year delta. And he says, I will be in Palm Beach, Jupiter, and Miami today, checking on big construction projects. I love Florida and I love on time, on budget const. Why would he finish it with const? He had plenty of characters left. So again, I feel like this was a second comm saying, hey, look to the constellations above. But not only that, he's mentioning here Palm Beach, Jupiter, and Miami. Well, if you look at the word Miami, what is in the middle? If you take out the beginning and the end, it's I am. And if you take the beginning and the end, the M-I, and you mirror it, it becomes I am. So you actually have two I ams. Could there be two Kennedys? So I am equals 22. MAGA is 22, and it's the mark on the forehead. And then you've got Palm Beach.
Well, you were saying I am is really I'm. I am. You're saying the letters, but I am the beginning and the end. I am is 23, end is 23, which is 46. But just so everybody knows, you were saying I am the letters. Yeah.
Well, it's I am in the middle, and then it's
Yeah.
I'm in the outside. Yeah.
I would like to tell you something. From when he did that tweet on 11/26/2013 to our election day, it was actually 6 years, 11 months, and 8 days, which is 618 and 618. Oh God, what was it? Well, today's the 168th day of the year. Second coming of God, 168. So if you just, and it says it twice, but that's kind of a stretch. But it's 2,534 days. 25 spelled out is 149, the anointed one, and 34 is grace. And it's 6 years, 343 days. Well, 343 is kind of special because flight 77 took a 77-minute flight, hit a building on the 77th parallel, 777 feet per second. And the plane came in at 270 degrees, missile. 270 is 27 JFK, and 2 times 70 is 140 POTUS. Now 27 and 140, which is JFK POTUS, comes to 167 the day Trump came down the escalator. See, because 167 says King of the World, and 198 days before where it said enjoy the show, President Trump, it's King of the World, President J. Kennedy, because President J. Kennedy is 198, just like Trump's 198. Now, 6 years, 343 days. Well, the plane or the missile hit the Pentagon at 9:37:46. Well, 3 and 7 is 10, which is 1. So far, we got 9, 1, and 46. 46 is 10. And so 9, 1, 1, 9, 11. But see, if you spell out 9:37:46, it comes to 343, 7 times 7 times 7. So, yeah, he's trolling them. And on the right side, it's 83 months, 8 days, and then 362 weeks, 0 days. So if you just add up all the days on the right side, it's 343 and 8, which is 351. God communicates through numbers, 351. The 26 holy letters, 351. The manifestation of Jesus Christ, 351. There's a lot of 351s you're going to hear later, but go ahead.
Yep. So you have, again, Palm Beach, Jupiter, Miami. So Palm Beach is 61, fake death, 61, Gospel of John, 61. And again, that's basically Revelation because John is the one who had the prophecy.
And when you said 61, 61, 61, that's 183, and Mickey Mouse clock's 183, and on the Mickey Mouse clock, the code is 10 and 8 red 1 minutes, and then point at the start of the 2. And on drop 1082, it says the words "the start," and that's where Junior's mentioned for the very first time, 5 months and 11 days into the start of the storm, and 5 times 11 is 55. JFK Jr. is 55. Just like when he left the airport at 55 degrees, reached 5,500 feet elevation when he left on his last flight. But there's something else I was going to say, but go ahead.
Okay, so yeah. Maybe I'll trigger it. So
well, I've never heard this information before, so I'm just kind of winging it as I go,
I know. So Palm Beach, Jupiter, and Miami, if you flip that to Miami, Jupiter, Palm Beach, it's actually saying here, I am times two, the king, fake death.
And I am
So
times 2 is 46. Who is 46? Best is 46. The best is yet to come, 228. The best Kennedy to come, 228. I'm on a mission from God, 228. See, I am the beginning and the end. I am is 23, end is 23, which is 46. Not only best is 46, but who is 46? And Q has said, wait till you find out who you are talking to here. Hit it.
So not only does Trump troll the media, but he also trolls the old stories in Greek and Roman mythology. And in the mythology, the two characters in Gemini are Pollux and Castor. They are the two warriors of the um, Battle of Troy with the Trojan horse. And it's really kind of interesting because now that we're in Aquarius, Aquarius is 107, Warhorse is 107. So you think of all the people that are hidden in that Trojan horse, ready to come out and show us who they really are. But Pollux was known in Egyptian as the coming one, the son of light, the slayer of the serpent, the recoverer of the dominion. Where have we heard that word? And Castor is the one who has arisen from the underworld. So he's considered immortal. And that's also really fascinating because he is the one who has arisen, AKA fake death. One last part there, and that's the bruised heel. So many characters in this story have a bruised heel, and the star on Pollux actually is known as Alhina, which is hurt, wounded, or afflicted. And I love how they also flipped that whole story over and put people in boots from time to time to send a message.
Well, when you're talking about wounded heels, obviously Achilles was shot in the heel with an arrow out of his quiver, just to put that word in there. And King James went out with an ankle injury to never be seen again. He will be liquefied at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and become Gitmo Garden fertilizer. You mark my words. Future will prove past. I said it. It's in the past. The future will prove it. Hit it.
And that's LeBron.
Yes.
Okay, so then Jupiter enters into the claw of Cancer. Now, Cancer is one of the most corrupted, manipulated constellations in the sky. Some even say they didn't have a name for crab in Hebrew. But what I really think was happening at this time was they were fortifying armies, they were securing their some of the commanders in chief, but also we have Trump coming down the escalator that day, that notorious day. Was that June 16th, 2015? Is that the correct day?
It was. It was June
Yeah.
16th, 2015, the 167th day of the year. Enjoy the show.
Yep. And we also had a random tweet out of nowhere, June 3rd, just before he comes down the escalator from M. Joseph Shepard saying, sound the trumpets for the Trump 2016 presidential run. Hear what he has to say. And he has presidential run in quotes, if anyone feels like looking that up. Actually, he's got several quotes in that one that are confusing, but M. Joseph may in fact be Michael Jackson because that's Michael Joseph Jackson. And then obviously you got the story of Joseph in the Bible. So I thought that was very interesting. Okay, so then of course, Jupiter moves into Leo. And in the story of Leo, or in the story of Revelation, it says, and one of the elders said to me, weep no more. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has conquered so that he can open the scroll and his seven seals. So what happens on the earth plane as the Leo, if you look at the diagram here of Leo and the retrograde that Jupiter makes, Jupiter literally moves down, and in station 1, he lifts up the back foot of the Leo. He moves to station 2, and then he comes back down into prograde, meaning he's coming forward again. And that's when we get WikiLeaks. So talk about unsealing. In WikiLeaks, everything in the Bible is based on sevens. And in WikiLeaks, it said, literally the cover letter said, We released 19,000 plus emails, 8,000 plus attachments from the top of the U.S. Democratic National Committee. Part 1 of our new Hillary Leaks series. The introduction says, the leaks come from the counts of 7 key figures in the DNC. Now, obviously, there are more than 7 key figures, so that, to me, is pretty biblical, and it absolutely lines up with the story of Revelation. Did you want to add to that, Negative?
Well, you talked about a presidential run. I didn't hear the exact words. If you look at the